Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome. Happy Saturday evening to everyone. Thank you so much for popping in. If you are new here and you're watching us, well, just grab your smartphone. We'll take a second and launch your camera app like so. Point over the QR code, touch the yellow little lips. You'll get my link tree. If you're not watching us, but you are listening to us only like on audio podcast, then go to believemeachieve.com for more of my fabulous creations. All right, guys, a little bit of a cat out of the bag to let you know what's coming up. So, just posted not too long ago was a really great article that I wrote, and it was what should you choose, the job or the business? And I have another great one coming out about AI and actually how bees are staying safe because of it. So that'll be coming out a little bit later. But I do want to thank you for coming. Whether you're here at 8:20 at night, 8:20 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., potato, doesn't really matter. I appreciate you making the choice to be here with inspirations for your life. Now, I know a lot of you just tune in real quick and then when I get into topics, you can't stay. So you can always listen later. I know we always get a few people at the beginning and then they have to pop out because they're busy. But that's the beauty of having this on a recording. You can go back to believemeachieve.com and listen to whatever episode you want to. All right. So let's get right into the master topic, everyone. Here we are. We start a Saturday with a brand new master topic. Here we go. Booyah. All right. How to be humble. Now, this is one that has eluded many professionals and people in business and salespeople because they think that they have to be a certain way. And I'm not going to name certain speakers out there, but a lot of these speakers, they're not humble. They're just out there for your money. The most important thing is to be humble. So, what does it mean to be humble? That's probably the best way to start, according to Merriam-Webster. And so, the definition of humble is, first of all, humble is an adjective, not proud or haughty, not arrogant or assertive, reflecting, expressing, or offered in a spirit of deference or submission, a ranking low in a hierarchy of scale, insignificant, unpretentious, and not costly or luxurious. It's also a verb, and the verb is to make someone humble. Okay, to destroy the power, independence, or prestige of. Okay, so humble. So when we talk about humble, being humble starts with your heart, ladies and gentlemen. It starts with your heart. And I think that's a real cool thing. Hey there, Ken. Thanks so much for being here. John C. Morley, you're truly such a gem of a gentleman, a human being, and a friend of mine, and to millions who shares his goodness with others for the betterment of humankind. Thank you so much, Ken. I always appreciate those warm, heartfelt words that you share with me. And I'll tell you, it is very, very important to me in knowing that you do this. Thank you so very much. I do very much appreciate that. All right. So, how to be humble. How to be humble. We're in series 2, which means we're in the second year, show 33, episode number 1. So, being humble starts with the heart. Right. So, it starts with the heart. But when I say it starts with the heart, we don't blow a trumpet to show that we're humble. We're not humble because we're looking for someone. We show us being humble because we want to make a difference in people's lives. That's the reason why we're humble. But we're not doing it so that we could be pretentious. We're not doing it so that we can become the be all end all. No, being humble comes from the desire, the intention that we want to help others, that we want to learn, impart knowledge to others. We want to be the best we can be to others. All right. That's a very, very important thing. And I will tell you that Being important is something that you need to understand. Okay. I'll tell you that it's all about just being you, being genuine. So, being genuine comes with that desire that you want to do what's right. If you go help someone, you're not looking to, tell everyone you did it. That's probably very, very important. And as I said, being humble starts with the heart. There are two important radio stations that our minds tune to often. And one is WIIFM and WIIFY. WIIFM is what's in it for me. WIIFY is what's in it for you. If I'm listening to the station WIIFM, then that means I don't give jack about you. And someone that doesn't care about another person is obviously not going to be welcomed too long by that other person. All right. You guys know that I state the way it is. I tell things truthfully. And you might be saying to me, hey, John, why does this happen? And it's the fact that you become humble because you recognize the fact that you want to be a serving leader to others. Now, I don't say you have to do this. I tell you that you should want to do this. And if you want to do this, then your life will change. Your life will change for the better, ladies and gentlemen. And now you might be saying, well, John, if I'm humble, how am I ever going to get anywhere? How am I ever going to get any business? Well, I got news for you. When you're humble in life, a humble person understands that everything starts with being this radiating force to help other people in the world. And I'll say that it does not happen because of a pretentious moment. It happens because we as people recognize that we're human and that we want to do what's right. We want to help others learn. We want to be empathetic to them. Now, being humble doesn't mean let people walk on you. Let me be very, very clear about that. Being humble means that you as a person understand that you can do your work, you can connect with other people, but it's not about just letting them do whatever they want. See, that would be rude on their part, and that would be worse than being humble. That wouldn't be humble. That would be someone that is taking advantage of you. That's right. I said taking advantage of you. And if we take advantage of you, then that person is not being kind, is not being caring, right? That's probably a very important point. So being humble is about a choice we make in life, a choice that we want to help others, a choice that we want to make this world a better place, a choice that starts from our heart. And remember, I've said before that feelings don't come from our mind, they come from our heart. So if the choice comes to be humble from your brain, it's probably not authentic. When it comes from your heart, it is authentic. And people can tell when you're humble and when you are not humble. So let's think about this a second. What are some examples of being humble, just so we can get in the right framework. Well, you don't think you're better than everyone else. You know your weaknesses and you do not boast your strengths. You acknowledge that you always can improve and we can keep learning. And you thank your opponent for playing when you win. And you admit when you don't know something and you admit when you're wrong. I think that's hard for a lot of people. I don't care if it's a gentleman trying to go to the gas station, doesn't know directions, or if it's a lady that's cooking and, for example, not sure about how to do this. Exactly. That's exactly right. RFM. It's about not bragging because the bragging has already gotten the reward that you're looking for. So when you don't go for that reward, when you just put yourself all in there and you realize that yes, you can do something a certain way. So I've had that's it's great to hear, RFM, very good to hear. So the most important thing when I share being humble, I did a video a few years back, and I'll link it into the episode later. And I started out on the local field of Franklin Lakes ballpark in town. And I went out there with some music playing, and I said, the only time that people are probably not humble is when they're gonna, serve a pitch. And I made the joke that the pitcher's probably wanting to kill the other person at the bat, but not really. They want to win, right? So when we win, how does that comprise to being humble? So a little bit different. So there's a time and place for winning, right? But when we have a winning with a braggadociousness to it, then we're not being humble. No one said you can't win. No one said you can't help other people. No one said that you can't tell someone, hey, I helped this person, but don't make it like your center point. If you went out and said, hey, I referred a few people, I got them business, great, you did that, no problem. But don't make that your underlying theme for the entire day, entire week. Well, I helped 4 people get business. Who cares? Okay. Sometimes with groups, they have something called a celebration round where you say, look, I did this, help. And there's a good reason to do that. But when we are humble, it actually causes us to step back and to look at the situation differently. When we are not humble, we oftentimes will make more mistakes and we will miss the main point. And by missing the main point, it's like, we're on this road and you've probably seen this before. People are on their cell phone, not you, of course, but somebody else is on their cell phone. They're holding it, which they shouldn't be doing. And you're trying to get over to the right lane. But they suddenly get over and they're on the cell phone and they will not get over and you can't get past the exit. Don't want to say a few words. You just go past the exit, you turn around and you get back on the other side. But that's someone who's not being humble. That's someone who has that ego up in their head. I had a friend of mine many years ago who was probably about 10 or 15 years younger than me. And he said to me, he said, John, people are a waste of time. And I'm not going to say his real name. I'll call him Joe, but that's not his name. I said, Joe, what do you mean? I said, so I'm a waste of time. He said, no, you're different, but everyone else is a waste of my time unless they're making me money. So the first thing I said to myself, gee, you pompous, you know the words I'm probably going to say, but I could say pompous prick. He really just was so self-centered and so all about his ego that he definitely was far from being humble. When you win a game, it's important to thank the other players. Even if you lose the game, good sportsmanship is a quality of being humble. Um, you know, I have some friends of mine that have a large collection of cars, and they're humble because they don't throw it in people's faces. I have some other friends that let me know they've got 12 cars. Okay, great. And they don't talk about the car per se. They talk about the fact that I've got this car, I got this car, I got this car, I got this car, and this car cost me this, and this car. Okay, that's nice. That's someone that has to brag because they feel they're not important enough, so they gotta make them seem more important. And when you brag, it has that, bad quality of making you seem more important than you really are. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this fantastic, amazing Saturday evening and the beginning of our brand new master topic, which is how to be humble. Continue to watch the week. We'll go all the way through Friday. Of course, you know, we have a JCM hour coming up in just about a half hour on the New York radio. We have my show coming up on Tuesday. And then on Friday, 8 a.m., I will be on KCAA radio with my half hour and Sheila Mack. She talks about some great topics. I talk about a set of topics, and then she takes my topics and then turns them around so that people can learn how they fit into the real estate market. So make sure that you like, love, support the channel. Definitely tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLAY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free, below the video, or you can just click on the link, help keep our content free on the believemeachieve.com page, and make that choice. Buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, a scrumptious plate of desserts. Either way, we are going to be so grateful. Those pennies and dollars you invest into us, we'll put it to new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to become the best version of yourself. Have yourself an amazing rest of your night. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow if I don't see you in another episode real soon. Be well, and you know I'm going to talk to you real soon. Take care.